Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays FTL Advanced Edition. I'm gonna look at our ship list here. Here's my conundrum, alright? And I hope that you can understand this. We've been playing a lot as the the Zoltan cruiser, whether type A, B, or C. And a lot of people have been saying like, hey, that's really, like, great that you're trying it out. It's cool. One of the better ships in the game, I suppose, especially the type B layout, in my opinion. But it would be nice to see some variety. But, on the other hand, I do have to beat the flagship to get the Mantis cruiser with the Zoltan cruiser. And that will also give me access to the Lanius ship, which basically I've got a lot to do if we're gonna unlock some more ships. Do I have other layouts for any of these? I have a second layout for the NG cruiser. It relies on drones to keep the ship running. That sounds very scary for me. And then I only have one level of Type C. So you know what? I am gonna play as the I'm gonna play as the Nether, and we'll just keep it with its default name. I think it needs. You know what? Never mind. To placate some of the fandom. There we go. That's U.S. Tomoka. It'd be like Tomuka. I hope that's not accidentally somehow offensive. It just has that kind of cadence to it. It's the United States ship named after my cats because they're the ones who have been annoying the crap out of me as we played FTL so far. And yes, we're gonna play on easy. I have more to do. I will say, I feel like I'm getting a lot better. I know that the results haven't necessarily indicated that, and in the last episode, I especially realize. As many people were nice enough to tell me, I especially realized that in the last episode, I died in, like, the stupidest way that you could possibly imagine. But that's okay. Ooh, did I actually want to do that? We definitely want to get all of our weapons powered up, so we'll depower our engines again and get our pike beam up as well. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, like, I died because basically my Zoltans got starved of oxygen, and you can find yourself in this, like, unstable equilibrium pretty quickly, where basically oxygen goes down, but you're gonna get hurt fixing the oxygen because there's no oxygen, and then all of a sudden everyone dies before they can repair it. That's something I've got to be very cautious about. So anyway, what is a change of strategy that I'm going to be doing in this episode versus earlier episodes? I think it's important to keep strategy, constantly in flux, constantly improving, hopefully, and I feel like I have been improving. On this one, I'm going to make a little bit more of an effort to go to difficult sectors that appear as red on the map. Why? We're not gonna use pike beam just yet. Wait for the ion to hit. Oh man, that's a nasty shot from them. But we'll take their weapons, oxygen, and piloting out and hit this extra two rooms. Actually, that might kill them just in one fell swoop here. Wow, that is actually like a pretty nice offer for them. 6 fuel in particular. The missiles are whatever. The scrap is all right. We're still gonna get hit by some stuff here. Wow. Okay, that's kind of shitty, but that's okay. We'll just get that oxygen repaired and then we'll be good to go. But yeah, by going to more difficult sectors, that does allow us to get more rewards, because you get more combat. And I do feel like the Zoltan Cruiser Type B, aka the Nether with its Ion Blast and its Pike Beam, is one of the most offensively viable ships in the early game. So, different ships are going to fare differently as time goes on. Oh my god, the cat just jumped up on the desk and is giving me this look like, you named this shit after me, fucker? Don't let me down. Ruka, it's okay. I was just going over some strategy. So yeah, we're gonna make more of an effort to go into red sectors, basically. It appears the distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. Your sensors are picking up a single life form. Let's investigate. You find a colony that seems to have been recently attacked. Exploring the devastation, you find a lone survivor. We'll invite them. Usually there's a preface here that is like, he's a little crazy. This one doesn't appear to have that. So I feel like we're fine. And we got Charlie. Now, Charlie is an engine person. He's an engine driver to make it Decemberists-y. But people have told me that when you get a non-Zoltan on the Zoltan ship... Oh, oxygen's not powered up. We should change that. When you get a non-Zoltan on the Zoltan ship, then the best thing for you to do is put them in the piloting system, put the non-Zoltan in there, because you don't get the benefit of having a Zoltan in a subsystem because they always stay powered as soon as they get that level of capacity. So by doing this, now we get an extra bar of shield power. Not that it helps us yet, but it does mean we don't have to don't have to upgrade our reactor 1 point extra. So seems smart, even though we would get more benefit maybe from putting Charlie on the engines, but we'll eventually get to second level engines with whoever our engineer is. You stumble across a rebel ship distributing supplies to local civilian colonies. It's probably not anything military grade, but every little bit helps. Sure, let's attack the rebels. Again, we're going to take a pretty aggressive approach here. I'm just going to save my layout. We're going to take a pretty aggressive approach here to combat because it's easy. Did they board us? I thought I heard some boarding there, but I guess not. The reason we're going to take an aggressive approach is because we're on easy, for one, and we can quite easily... Did the Ion Blast really miss? That's kind of unfortunate. we can get more results, more scrap, more what have you, from actually being a little bit more aggressive. So I think that's a smart idea for us to kind of do. I don't think we actually need to worry about taking out shields, even though it's a nice room to take out. But if I can instead hit like 5 rooms like this is why these nether runs take so long, is it takes forever to get the beam actually working. Okay, whatever. We'll hit the oxygen as well. It's also nice to hit the piloting system so they have 0 dodge chance, but the ions will keep their shields at bay. We haven't even been hit yet. They have no weapons active, and that's not about to change. And now we might want to just switch it up a little bit and hit these these systems that haven't been hit yet, and that's going to create some real problems for them. They do have a missile launcher active, but that's okay. And by that's okay, I mean even if they hit us with it, or even if they hit us, which is likely, but they could miss. Wow, they've had some really shit luck with their missiles so far. Then yeah, long story short, we win. So we get 12 scrap. And with the rebel ship destroyed, you take the time to collect what little scrap remains. They had already made their delivery to the civilians. We can steal the civilian supplies or leave them alone. As far as I'm concerned, anything goes in war, man. We're going to steal the civilian supplies. The colonists hand over their supplies that you loaded onto your ship. As you jump away, you crack it open and discover nothing more than vaccinations for a local plague. That's still pretty useful. I mean, I understand that that's supposed to be like the shitty outcome, but that's pretty nice. If the local plague ends up on our ship, we'll be able to survive. They have ions and a beam. Little scary, not so bad. I wonder if they actually will hack. They're called an auto hacker. Seems like that would be something that would maybe be in their wheelhouse. But we're just going to try to keep weapons and shields offline. They did quite a number on our energy shield there. Pike beam's not quite ready. It goes instantly, so I kind of feel if we just do like one of these bad boys, should be able to get at least a few hits in. Yeah, we kept their shields down by hitting them with the beam, basically, as it charged up. That's fine. They're probably not going to repair very quickly, if at all, and the next time the pike beam charges up, bingo bango, that's the end of this fight. And what do we go for next? Getting 1 bar of shields is something I want to focus on as soon as possible. Yes, I understand it's nice to get that evasion chance to dodge missiles or to dodge things that could take down your energy shield in general. But anyway, we got 24 scrap from the broken ship. Investigate the station. We got another 14 scrap and missiles and drone parts. That's pretty good. So we need 100 and... Oh, we just need 100 and maybe some reactor power in order to make this happen. Get our first bar of shields and feel a little bit safer, even if we don't kill the enemy right off the bat. But we usually do. We're definitely never surrendering to the slavers, and the reason for this is not only because I don't want to lose a crew member for no reason. The reason for it is that we can sometimes get a slave and then free them, I'm not a complete monster. Just as a result of actually... Ooh, our shields may go down here. Just as a result of that event going properly. So... It worked, and then we'll make sure to land this shot like this. Yeah, that'll do. I wonder if we can actually get something else in there. But this is the most important rooms to take out, so that's okay. Are we going to get hit? Our shields are completely down, so we definitely have to keep weapons offline, unless they keep shooting at empty subsystems or empty rooms, which is fine by me as well. Let's try to hit the rooms we did not hit last time. Make sure to get the piloting bay. Why the piloting bay? Gives them, like, no dodge chance. They're going to still die. Oh, no, they're not, because the beam magically stops doing damage. All right. So what's the value in having this crew member? I can get basically second-level sensors for free, which I really like from a beam perspective, and if we get hacking or mind control, it's really useful as well. We could put them on the door room and get a second level of doors, but I'm actually just going to upgrade doors. I know that we have to get that bar of shields up, but if we start getting boarded, then we're going to need that bar of shields more than we need then we're going to need that bar of doors more than we need the energy shield, or the actual shield. Okay, you follow distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to get through the field. We try to shield their ship with ours or leave them be. We're gonna shield them. Give us 11 scrap. I don't mind taking hull damage. It's not that big of a deal. Right now, at least, because we're barely gonna get hit for the next little while as a result of this energy shield. You come across an asteroid mining colony. They message you immediately saying, "Greetings, our supplies of mining explosives have run out ever since the rebels blockaded the system. Do you have any extra explosives?" Indeed, I do. They gave us 1 bar of reactor power for 5 missiles, which, truth be told, is probably just about your average market value. Usually missiles cost you like 5 scrap each, somewhere around there. We're just going to jump a little bit more here because we have the fuel necessary to make it back. We can do at least one more jump, maybe get some more scrap as a result. Cool. Their ship is screwed. I wish there was a way to, like, time delay Ion Blast, because I want the first Ion Blast to go on shields, and the second to go on weapons, but that means I really do not want them to fire simultaneously. It requires a little bit of micro. Not very much, let's be honest, but, that's okay. Should be able to get a shot in if we time it perfectly. Get the pike beam going like this. Yes, it's always nice to hit extra rooms, but the most important thing is just hitting those super important rooms and forcing them to react. So we're basically safe here. They probably won't even be able to hit our energy shields again. Nope, they won't. So the pike beam's gonna go, and that will probably be the end of the ship. But it's important to hit that piloting system whenever possible, because it does give you the opportunity... not quite, okay. It does give you the opportunity to basically lower their dodge chance to 0, but if they leave the room, then it already lowers the dodge chance to 0. If they leave the piloting area, that is. So, is the pike beam gonna be ready to go here? Yes, okay, they're dead. Their shields come back like exactly the same charge time as the pike beam. Would be very nice to get to that next level of weapon crew member. Alright, so now we leave. Cost us 2 fuel, but we got a little bit of scrap out of it as well. Whatever. A little bit of experience too. That's non-negligible. And let's start going to these red sectors. Because we're, from a combat standpoint, totally fine right now. I think we should keep harping on fighting as many enemies as is humanly possible. I do want to go to a store. We don't quite have the scrap necessary yet, so I'm going to grind out a little bit of it first. Alright, you stumble across a badly damaged Lanius craft. It jumps away as soon as it sees you. Looking around the area, you discover a number of destroyed rebel automated ships. Must have been quite the fight. You scrap what remains. There we go. Another 37 extra scrap for no work at all. That's nice. That's one of the benefits of being on easy. Scrap is doubled, I believe. You arrive at the beacon to discover a civilian ship fleeing from a lone Lanius craft. The civilian messages you help. The metal monsters are coming down to melt our ship. Or coming to melt down our ship. Strangely, no active weapon signatures are detected. Let's try to contact them. You approach the ship, don't go any closer, just kill them, ignore them, and continue. You ask what they're doing here, but the translator clearly has problems with the request. The Lanius seem enraged for an indiscernible reason. They cut transmission and power their weapons. Looks like you have to fight after all. Well, for all of that, you know, hullabaloo there, looks like a pretty easy fight. Very standard, 2 crew members, and basically an ideal configuration on this ship from the perspective of me wanting to, you know, completely wreck their systems and subsystems with the pike beam. Oh, shields are going to come back, so we're not going to fire the pike beam just yet. Now we are. So, pilots. If we do this like this, we can probably get... There we go. That's all of the important rooms, and we're hitting 5 rooms as well. So we can get 5 fuel, 1 drone part, 18 scrap. It's tempting because the fuel is actually really nice. I'm gonna take it. Normally I wouldn't because I'd maybe want more scrap, but getting that fuel helps me out a lot. It means I won't have to buy it later. And you might be saying, well, that's a cop-out because if you got more scrap, you could afford to buy it later, which is true, but I'd also have to spend fuel to get to a store, which, you know, you have to factor it in, at least mentally, I think. So we did get our first bar of shields. Debris from a number of battleships are scattered throughout the field. Anyway, as you approach the area, a pirate ship thrusts itself through the hulks to attack. It must be using the metal to lure the Lanius into a trap. So I guess that's the Lanius thing. They love metal. This guy's a freaking traitor. He's on his own ship. He's trying to kill his own members of his own race, which I guess, you know, maybe he's an equal opportunity asshole. I can make a shirt that says that, probably. Has that already been done by, like, Andrew Dice Clay or something? I'm an equal opportunity asshole. Anyway. Seems like something he might do. I think our pike beam's gonna hit enough here to be worth firing it before the shields. Okay, you know what? We can't just constantly accept surrender. At some point, we've got to make an example out of some people. And unfortunately, that's gonna be you guys, largely because I think it's pretty dickish that you're killing your own people. Not that killing anybody is a good thing, but this guy's a traitor to his own, like, his own species. That's pretty deplorable, I would say. They did have a lot of fuel, but we got a decent amount of fuel for following through with killing them anyway. What comes next for us is maybe trying to buy something from a store. If we don't buy something from a store, then we'll work on getting our dodge chance a little bit higher. So this is a very scary ship to be running into. Not from an offensive standpoint too much, but they do have a hacking module, and they have a ton of drones here. A beam drone that's really gonna mess with our energy shields. Luckily, I did get that next bar. And the missile launcher's annoying. We'll see if we can take out their own weapons. Oh man, our energy shields are now down. This is scary. They hacked, and it looks like they might be hacking piloting. Yep, so that's gonna really mess with our dodge chance, but let's hope Yep, there we go. That's what I was looking for. So now we just take out everything we can. Weapons are even less important than drone and hacking. So I almost think I'm going to go like pilot. Is there any way? Okay, forget pilot. We're going to go oxygen, hacking, engines, drone control, shields. And the weapons will stay up, and that sucks because their missiles are going to completely go over our shields or through our shields. But at the very least, this will take out one of their drones. Unfortunately, it took out their defense drone, which doesn't mean anything to me. But we can keep their weapons offline as a result of our ion blasts, which are working out quite nicely for us here. And we'll just land another shot basically in exactly the same configuration. We should hit the engines here. Why did I want to get that hacking system off? So we had a dodge chance again. They'll give us a drone, a lot of fuel, and a lot of scrap. I'm going to accept their surrender here. Honestly, that's pretty good. The drone, we might end up being able to use it, or we'll sell it. What did they give us? A combat drone. 2 power, continually attacks the enemy ship. Sure, we may end up using it, we may end up selling it, I don't know. So we'll just keep kind of grinding up some scrap right here, so maybe we can buy a hacking or mind control unit from a store, but we'll see. A distress beacon pulses weekly from a Rockman ship in the system. Their hull and crew are being mined by the Lanius, lasers and weapons tearing through the ship. Let's attack the Lanius ship. I'm not big fans of these guys so far. Well, I'm big fans of them because they changed the way that the game is played, especially if you play as them. Not that I would know, but I'm not big fans of the way they treat other people. Now, that doesn't mean that all Rockmen are created equal. All Rockmen are wonderful. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Man, those flat cannons are super annoying. Okay, pike beam. Good to go on... Yeah, this is the right way here. I don't really worry about their dodge chance, but if we're gonna... We have the choice between hitting, like, either engines or piloting plus one more room. So I'm gonna take this way, and that's gonna mess with them pretty nicely there. They do still have the flat cannon up, which could do damage to me. Oh, and we're about to find out if it will. Oh, that last shot I think missed, luckily for me. Okay, don't use the pike beam yet. That was, Are you kidding me? Okay, so I'm correct in assuming that the pike beam doesn't go through one bar of shields, right? It was worth checking. It actually was not worth checking because I was 99% sure of it anyway. We may end up taking damage here as a result of that, but taking damage is not the worst thing in the world. I don't know how their shields came back up. I thought the ion damage would have been more than enough. Guess not, though, but they're dead. They might hit us here with the flat cannon. I need to dodge 2 shots. Very unlikely. With 25% dodge chance. Good, okay, they hit us once, no big deal. So we got 22 scrap, 2 missiles, 1 drone part. Contact the Rockmen. The Rockmen give us even more, which is very nice. And because we're on easy, we have a little bit more leniency with our upgrades. So we don't need to upgrade anything to survive right now. Trade 4 missiles for 40 scrap. That seems like an awesome trade. And what I mean by that is not that the game is necessarily a no-brainer. I'm going to fight the Lanius again. These assholes. But what I mean by that is that we can actually save up a bunch of scrap as a result. And because we're saving up a bunch of scrap, we can then buy amazing things early. Cloaking is 150. We could afford it if we actually managed to find one in our shop here. Did the flat cannon shoot? It did. Oh, a couple shots missed there. I should have been using pike beam faster, but it does travel basically instantly. So let's just try this. That looks pretty good to me. Alright, they did manage to block some shots. I don't think we managed to hit their weapons. But we did take out piloting. We hurt the crap out of their engines. And everything but the flat cannon. Oh, no. We need to repair that as soon as possible. Everything but the flat cannon is offline. But that flat cannon is going to tear us up pretty easily. Oh, man. Repair it faster! Oh, my God. Because I'm like... Okay, now that we've actually fired a couple of ions, maybe we should just get pike beam charged up instead? It's going to take a while, but we can get 1 ion blaster working in the meantime. Alright, back to your stations. I've mismanaged this fight, don't get me wrong. I still think it was smart to fight them. You should be powered up, thank you. Oh, thank God, there were some very, very important misses there. The flat cannon gets charged so quickly. It blows my mind a little bit. Here we go. Okay, before you shoot again, you must be killed. Oh, lucky me. Okay, well, actually, they did shoot again, and they did 1 hull damage, but no big deal. So we picked up about 50 extra scrap as a result of that. We can get from the store to that other beacon. That's what I was concerned about. Alright, this is a lot of scrap. This is important. They have drone control. They have a clone bay. They don't have weapon pre-igniter, which is so useful. Wow, missile-based weapons have a 50% chance of not using a missile. That seems amazing. I guess we'll get a drone control unit. I don't like any of these other ones. Like, stealth weapons is kind of okay. Crew teleporter is good if we are better at fighting, but I'm not really. Clone bay replaces our med bay. It's alright. But I kind of think that here we should get drone control. Not sell anything. Because we can keep our combat drone or a defense drone. So we can choose which one we want to activate. We probably won't activate either for now, but it might be nice to have the combat drone for the future. Even if we just want to sell it later, there's just nothing I want to buy in that other place. So definitely we want to pick up like 2 bars of reactor power. Maybe we could put this dude who's currently on sensors into the drone control unit. Does that seem smart? It wouldn't give it any extra power though. Okay, so let's just start small here. Get 2 extra bars of reactor power so we can power this up if we want to. Now what? 77 scrap. I kind of like pumping it into dodge chance a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, so let's upgrade our engines twice. Alright, so that's going to give us like a 40% dodge chance? 35, okay. And if I need power for the drone control unit, I can just depower the engines, take 10% hit to evasion, but have a defense drone which will shoot down incoming missiles. So now I have a defense against missiles beyond just the energy shield, which is quite important for things like the Rebel flagship fight, but I definitely want to get a cloaking unit if possible. You detect a refueling platform near the beacon, although its broadcast signal is garbled. And you can't make out the message. Let's hail them and attempt to communicate. Okay, so we're going to be fighting the Lanius again. Sound familiar? A combat drone might be a useful thing to put out here, but having a 1/3 chance to dodge is much better than having a 1 in 4 chance to dodge. There we go. We did take out their laser at least. Flat cannon. A couple of misses there. That's good for me. Okay, so let's... Not the best timed pike beam ever, but we did hit all of the important systems just in time. And weapons are completely offline. This is the kind of position we need to get into. It's a stable equilibrium with their weapons completely staying offline as long as the ion blasts actually land. And they have no dodge chance because they have no pilot. And the piloting system's offline and the engines are hurt. Okay, that's good news. We get 27 scrap and then we go to the refueling platform. And we get another 3 fuel, which is, yeah, it is what it is, right? That's not that great, but it's not terrible either. It's nice to have. It's been a pretty good second sector for us, I would say. Getting that drone control unit up early is awesome. A merchant ship is docked with the Lanius transport. You message them to see if they need any help. It turns out they've been studying the Lanius ability to reshape metal. Let's inquire about their process. Oh, I sent the scrap. Or if I just had a little bit more scrap, I could actually get an augmentation, which could be like weapon pre-igniter or something. Maybe I should have sold the combat drone, but the more you know, right? You learn. You can't plan on this stuff necessarily either, and looks like we just got a bunch of free scrap and fuel there. Probably can't make it out of here, so I think we're just going to jump to the next sector, and it's just going to be another abandoned sector either way. I think we did totally fine for being on a red sector, and if we got more scrap than we would have if we went to a green sector, at least on average, I think that's pretty good. Probably going to execute the same strategy here, try to get to the store with as much scrap as possible. Well, I mean, we're going to be facing more difficult ships on this sector than we did on the last sector. We will probably encounter some with 2 bars of shields. We're going to need some way to get around that. That combat drone might be an inconvenient way of making it happen, but a way of making it happen nonetheless. But for now, we're still doing an awful lot of damage. And it's very difficult for other ships to compete with us, especially when the pike beam fires instantly and can allow us to do stuff like this and hit, like, what, 4 relevant systems? 4 systems that are really shitty to lose all at once? Plus, even if they manage to take down our energy shield, get around our 1/3 dodge chance 5 times, or like less times but by spending missiles, then what they have to do is... It's a great offer from a fuel standpoint, but I'm not going to accept surrender because I prefer to have scrap as there's a store coming by soon. But yeah, but basically, they still have to get through 1 bar of shields after that, which means they're going to need to have weapons at some point. And that's not working out very well for them right now. Especially if you can get that pilot to leave the room, then your ions basically never miss. Sorry. It's a vicious cycle. So we're up to 99 here. We can probably still get to the store if we go to this distress beacon, and distress beacons are the most interesting events. You arrive at the location of the distress signal prepared for a fight, but on first glance, it's entirely empty. And that's just that then. Should still be able to get to the store, but stores are a dime a dozen. We'll explore the asteroid field here, because I like to explore the asteroid fields. typically, we're stronger than the ships that we end up running into. If we just take out their shields on this fight, the asteroids are going to tear them apart. Mind you, they might tear us apart a little bit too, but we have the advantage because we have an energy shield and they do not. And they're not going to have any weapons in a second either. And that's going to present a problem. So, Pike Beam comes in, and they're not going to be happy about this. 5 relevant systems, and there we go. So with their shields completely out, weapons completely out, if you count ion damage, they're screwed. Basically, asteroids are just going to tear them apart. They have 0 dodge chance unless they have like autopilot, but even still, yeah, there we go. That started a crazy fire. I don't even think I need to use Pike Beam again, but we will, just to put them out of their misery. Yeah, okay, good luck escaping with no engines. Not the best surrender offer, so we'll just let the asteroids finish the job for us. Very sorry to hear that. We got a hull repair drone, which I'll probably sell, but it's nice to get, and a decent amount of scrap. Nothing to sneeze at there. 132, if we sell some stuff, we could buy a cloaking unit. Cloaking system, if you will. Yeah, they have cloaking. Backup battery's cool, too. Might be nice to buy a crew member, but yeah, we're gonna have to sell something. I think we'll sell the hull repair. Wow, okay. Repairs 3 to 5 damage to your hull. Drone part is consumed once it finishes. 1 drone part for 3 to 5 hull healing is awesome. I think we're going to sell our combat drone, and we're going to pick up a hull repair drone here. And then if we ever need to heal, we can just wait until we're safe and then use 1 drone part to heal 3 to 5. Drone parts usually, well, let's take a look. Drone parts usually cost 8 scrap. How much would it cost to heal 3 to 5? It would cost 6 to 10 scrap. But we can do it on the fly for the same cost, which is really nice. But yeah, we're going to buy cloaking. And that's cool. We're not going to sell anything. We can't buy another crew member, unfortunately. I would like to. It'd be nice to have someone in the drone control room, or have just an NG for repairs as well. But for now, what do? We depower engines 1, put some power into cloaking, and that becomes a focus for us to upgrade now. The only thing I hope about this run right now is that I'm not spreading myself just a little bit too thin. Got a lot of systems that require some help here, or require some power, I should say. So yeah, we're gonna cloak, but you know, I'm learning about cloaking as time goes on here. And what I'm learning is you should use it when you are dealing with incoming shots. So, 1 second, just wait for this ion blast to go. And we'll see if they shoot. They do. Why don't we cloak here? And now I kind of wish we picked up stealth weapons, but if we did, we might not have had the scrap necessary to pick up cloaking in the first place. So, I'm okay with this. Definitely want to take out hacking. That's the only thing that really concerns me. Along with weapons and shields, of course. And they want to surrender already. It's a lot of fuel, decent number of missiles, but not much scrap. And I'm in the market for scrap right now, if you ask me. And if we just keep them completely at bay here, well, that's bad for them, as you could probably guess. So, just draw one last beam over here, and that's the end of the Lanius. Really encountering a lot of them in here. I guess because they're, like, hostile by default, or maybe they're just misunderstood. Can we get to the exit this way? We can indeed. Now, in addition to getting some reactor power, which I should probably do here. Nothing here, I guess. In addition to getting reactor power, which I will do here, we should pick up another bar of shields, I think, as soon as possible. It would be nice to have 2 bars by the time we get to the next area. It would be nice to pick up a different kind of weapon as well. I'm not really feeling too comfortable with missiles here. We're going to definitely attack the slavers, of course. I'm not feeling too comfortable using missiles, but if we could get maybe a burst laser or something like that, I would feel okay about that. So when their lasers fire, we're not going to be able to do anything about the beam because it's basically instant. But when their lasers fire, we're going to cloak. And that'll give us a 97% chance to dodge each one of those shots like so. And it stops the beam shooting as well. Okay, that's really bad for them. What do we take out? I think it is smart to take out weapons first. Take out oxygen as well. They want to, okay, they're going to surrender. People have told me, don't bother getting slugs. Slugs are worthless. I'm going to accept their offer, though, and the reason is I want to just get more crew members. The more crew members we can get, the better, in my opinion. You know what we should do is probably send these people to the med bay that need to go to the med bay. So who needs to be healed? Jack, like so, and Artyom, like so. And then we'll send everybody back to their rooms, and ipso facto, we're in a much better position. All right, good job. So we've got a nice supply of crew here. Basically, I value those crew members at like 45 scrap at market value, but let's be honest, I wonder if Better safe than sorry. Let's jump to this one. But I do value crew more than their costs usually, so I basically feel like we got more than 45 scrap there, and it's nice to have a lot of crew members, even though none of them are Mantises, when we end up in a situation like this. And I think the way we're going to handle this is actually like this. So we're not going to open this dividing door yet. We'll let them figure that out. But in the meantime, we'll suck the oxygen out of the rooms that they're going to try to fight for, and that's going to make their life much more difficult. Now we can probably open it up. Like so, let the lack of oxygen spread, let it consume them, and you might as well just go in this room right here. You're not going to be able to accomplish anything. Please don't kill my oxygen system. Yeah, they're scared now. Deservedly so. You know what? Let's open up these doors and get that oxygen prepped. This is the easiest way to fight, in my opinion. I'd rather they didn't kill the medbay, and they didn't. You know what? Why don't you quickly duck into the weapons room? And then what we'll do is pop open these doors and then close them around you. Because basically when they bust open this door, they're going to be like, hey, we made it. And then, oh, sorry, no, you're trapped. And this will be the end of your life. Nobody really got hurt there, so I just really don't feel like microwing to make sure that everybody gets to the medbay and gets healed up like the 10 points that they're missing. That was fine. That was good. Everybody will go back to where they need to go and we can jump again. The only frustrating part about that encounter is that you don't get anything for it. All you get is trouble, but that's not necessarily not par for the course. A ship with conspicuous pirate markings is orbiting a nearby moon, broadcasting a simple message claiming to have equipment available for sale. I don't want to buy anything, so let's attack him. And it's a little bit dangerous, but let's be honest. We're playing on easy, so we should probably be okay. Why am I such an asshole? Nice guys don't win in FTL. Unfortunately, that's the case. There's no diplomatic victory condition. Wait for like a laser shot to come in. We might as well cloak out of it, right? Our cloak is only like 4 seconds anyway, so I don't really mind losing a few seconds of that just to be able to fire our pike beam, because it means that they won't be able to attack us at all anyway. Yeah, best of luck powering up your FTL and trying to get away when you have no pilot, no engines, and no oxygen too. Pretty hard to survive without oxygen in space. It's one of those things that is... Nah, it's not a good enough offer. One of those things that's not really a suggestion. It's kind of a mandatory condition for most of the species in the game, at least. Can probably get our second bar of shields, but I do love saving scrap to find a like a module you can purchase. Picking up like a cloaking device was a huge pickup for us. Drone control might end up being very handy in the late game, but also mind control and hacking would be awesome right now. So it's the horse event. Slugman crew attempt to communicate telepathically with the horses. Okay. They inform you of a nearby crash site, and they also give us an NG crew member who's dope at weapons. Okay. Well, are you better than this guy at weapons? That's Jack. Jack's pretty good. Caldwell's actually worse. But you can go into the door room. Or wait. What if you go into cloaking? No, we don't automatically get a second bar of cloaking. We should get a third bar of doors for having our NG crew member in there, though. Yeah, and now we're decked out here, man. 7 crew members. I pity anyone who would try to board us at this point. Yes, there is a store there, but it's a little too dangerous. And you know what? Mantis homeworlds, man. We're strong. We're going to start encountering even stronger enemies, but I am feeling very, very nice about the... 1 second here. 50... I think it's better to get a little more reactor power, so a little bit more scrap first. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about our ship right now. Particularly, it's super nice to have so many crew members, but we will start encountering basically what you can see right here, ships with an awful lot of shield potential. That's just why we're going to fire both ion cannons simultaneously, because it shouldn't matter at first. But we also have cloaking, so if they shoot a number of things at once, which they will in a second here, I'm gonna cloak now. I thought maybe we could dodge their laser as well. No such luck. We've come out and their lasers are going to fire, and now we come in like this and could maybe get one more room out of that. Okay. So that's going to cause them a problem. A lot of systems that they probably value because they provide life are going to go down for them there. We're going to be able to keep their weapons basically completely offline. 40% dodge chance, pretty solid. Still should not auto-fire pike beam, but I do because I'm lazy and a little dumb sometimes. But they're screwed, let's be honest. Their lasers might hit if they shoot it again, though. Oh, they're offline. If they, okay, 1 second. Pike beam shouldn't auto-fire now. Yeah, now Pike Beam should fire. Doesn't really matter how we do it, so we'll just do it like that. And it's a decent offer for missiles, but the scrap is shit. So I have ordained that you will pass away. 46 scrap is a lot better. There's a store. We can do these 2 jumps and then get to the store. And then we'll figure out if we want to get that bar of shields. Because it would be nice. It would be nice to be on par with most of the shields. Or sorry, the shield level of most of the enemies we're going to end up dealing with. Alrighty then. So we're going to send, obviously, you should just like leave right now. And we're just going to start opening up a lot of airlocks. Just to see how they choose to do this. Oh, they chose to go into the drone room, so we're going to send you into shields quickly. Open this door and make sure that it's, you know, pre-deoxygenated. Like so. They might be able to take out a bar of drone control. Not that it would matter at all. And actually, I'm going to send you down here, and we're going to make sure the med bay is getting hypoxiaed. And then we're going to close the door in on them. We could do the same thing for shields here. And we may want to, but for now, why don't you guys just run into the med bay, and we'll open these doors. And that was a pretty easy encounter. In the meantime, why don't we send Turing into the med bay as well? We might as well get everyone healed up here while we wait. Now we can close the doors and wait for the oxygen to replenish. And again, the only thing that's super frustrating about that is that we don't get any bonus, basically, for having done it. So we don't really benefit from it. I wonder if we can still make it over here. It's going to be kind of close if we choose to go to this store, but I think we can do it. Probably. Alright. Aid this. Always combat. That's my motto right now. If I can be involved in combat, involve me in combat, man. Alright. So we still got some oxygen issues here, but they should clear up. Why is Pike Beam not charged up? That was... It probably won't make a big difference, but it's kind of annoying and stupid of me. We'll wait for maybe the missile to fire. Oh, they fired both weapons at once. That's a big problem, because I got a 99% dodge chance when you do that. I need to get another level of cloaking as well. That'd be really nice, but I rely on shields a little bit more than cloaking, just because shields are automatic, which means human error is a little bit less of an issue, which is a big deal for me, because human error is probably how most of my situations go wrong. Again, Pike Beam should not auto-fire. I should always micro it. Sometimes I'm just a little silly and I put auto fire on because it's a force of habit, but they're done. Let's be honest. This is basically over. Sure, that's not the perfect shot. We actually could have won that earlier if I had planned the shot better, but so be it. We can probably oh no, you know what? Auto firing's still not the right idea. It never is. I don't know why. Sometimes you just get away with it. That doesn't mean it's the right idea. So again, hopefully we get 40 scrap. That's enough, and the civilian ship gave us even more as well, so we're up to 179 scrap. It's going to be a close race to see if we can get to the exit here, but let's see if we can pick up a hacking or a mind control unit or something. They have mind control and hacking, and some drones, so they actually have a second page as well. If they had, drone recovery arm is pretty good. I wonder if you can use drone recovery arm to pick up, man, I'm just thinking about this for a second. This is a weird one. What about the ion charger? We can fire... How many times? Max charge shots. We can fire 3 at once. That seems like it might actually be more effective than our 2 ion blasters. We could have this instead, and then in 18 seconds we get 3 ion damage. Whereas, right now, if I go to my ship... Don't sell anything yet. We get... in 16 seconds, we get 4 ion damage... But it doesn't come in one burst. Well, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Let's sell 1 ion blaster. We'll buy the charge ion. Going heavy on ions here. Stun bomb could be cool as well, I will admit. We will also buy mind control. Teleporter could still be fun, don't get me wrong, because we have so many crew members, but we got to commit to something here. Hacking and mind control are so good. Why can't I do both? I could if I sold hull repair. I could buy hacking and mind control. So we're gonna do it. This might... Oh, okay. Well, I didn't need to sell the hull repair drone. We can only take mind control or hacking because of all the other things we have. I really, really like the idea of mind control. I like hacking a lot, too. But mind control, I think, is a little bit more disruptive as long as we have sensors. So, oh man, what do we do now? How do we set this up? We need 1 more weapon power. We just can't power up our charge ion. So we get one more bar of weapons, and then we pick up a bar of reactor power to back it up. So that allows us to get charge ion working if we depower engines 1. Okay, so we get, mostly the way I'm going to set this up is I think I am going to let us get to 3 ions and hope that Ion Blast just does enough to keep their shields or weapons at bay for a little while. I still want to get that next bar of shields, don't get me wrong, but just for now to keep our dodge chance high, because we need it, because it's going to take a while for Charge Ion to get to its maximum charge, we're going to pick up one more bar of reactor power. That'll take us to 40% dodge chance when we put it in our weapons, 30%, you know what I mean. And then we'll jump. So, second bar of shields, so important. Can't let anything else get prioritized first. Scrap should not be an issue. We should be able to get an awful lot of it. I wonder if we can... I have to jump to the store, which is really shitty, but I need to make sure that I can get to the exit, and I don't want to buy anything, but that's okay. I don't want to sell anything either. Sure, we can't even pick up any new systems. We can pick up subsystems, but there's no point. I was going to be so pissed if they had the weapon pre-igniter, which basically just means that your weapons go into a fight fully charged, which is bullshit and awesome. Yes, next thing, shields, then cloaking and mind control get upgraded. They only have 1 bar of shields on this thing, and 1 laser and 1 beam. They're screwed. Let's mind control, because we should mind control every fight. And we're going to mind control weapons, man. And then, what's really nice about this is that the other crew members, if they're smart, which apparently they maybe are not, but oftentimes they go like, wait a second, man, like, what are you doing? And then they leave their room, which is important. Ion pulse is imminent. Disrupts shields. Take your shot, take your shot. Take your shot. Here we go. Oh. Give it a second. Here we go. Okay, that is when we go into our cloaking. All of those shots miss. Wonderful for us. Now, we can hit some very important rooms. Should go for oxygen over the med bay, even though the oxygen systems are presently out. There we go. That's going to create some havoc. And charge ion's ready now. If I auto-fire it, does it wait until there's a full charge? Let me see. This is a good... Because we have no danger right now, this is a good time for us to figure out if this is how it's going to work. I sort of doubt it. Alright, so Ion Blast is coming in. Pike Beam auto-firing is fine here. No big deal. It looks like it fires, like, shots individually. I would rather fire 3 at once, but I guess for right now, like, that's the good thing. Like, 3 damage from Ions is good to take a shield down. But then, okay, we're going to do this. It's good to take a shield down, but after that, 1 is okay. You know what? I don't want to deal with this Ion Storm anymore, so I'm just going to surrender. Or accept their surrender, sorry. And, you know, they're in a weird situation here with their ship to begin with. Definitely have to make sure that our shields come off of Ion bullshit before we leave, and our weapons would be ideal as well. Oh, there's another one coming. Okay, we're good to go. A little scary, but that's okay. We got out. Now, we won't have... Should we accept their bribe or fight? They have a missile launcher and laser. They didn't give us enough to accept on that bribe. If you're going to bribe me, at least don't disrespect me by offering such terribleness. We're going to mind control their shield NG, just so that that's probably going to make their shields faster to take out. And we can totally cloak when their shots come in. So that's the next thing I'm going to be worried about here. And that's... that probably wasn't the best time to use it. Oh, it was, actually. I didn't realize they fired both of their things at once. So, we're going to keep auto-firing the Ion Blast. Charge Laser, not yet. There we go. Charge Ion now. And then Ion Blast here. And Pike Beam like so. This is really bad if you are this rock cruiser right now. They want to give us 6 missiles. I mean, again, their bribes here are just awful. That doesn't really help us out at all, does it? And with their weapons completely out... This is really just a matter of time. I also, like, destroyed their shields with that ion damage. And that'll be the end of that rock ship. But it wasn't a rock. It was a rock. Carcass, basically, let's be honest. So we ended up picking up a crap ton of scrap as a result, or more like a scrap ton of, you know. We'll go NG controlled as well, which is great. Let's, now that we're in a safe place, let's get that next bar of shields. Like so. And 2 more reactor power. I would love to get the next level of either cloaking or mind control. They're both good, and they're both pretty cheap, all things considered, so we'll upgrade those next. Should probably put that power actually into the place we're supposed to put it into here. You receive a distress call from a nearby NG ship. Assistance requested. Danger present. Imminent destruction. Absolutely. We will come to your aid to help you here. I love having cloaking, because it's seriously like... Oh, yeah, let's make the Mantises fight each other. Because it's seriously like, they fire everything they have, and they're like, we're gonna get through your shields, and then you just click this button, and it's like, oh, sorry, 99% dodge chance. We missed our ion shot, which sucks. I wanted to make sure I dodged the missiles. I was hoping their lasers and their missiles would kind of get charged together. My mind control is so good. All right. Gotta pay attention to when those ions are ready to go. And, you know, it's actually nice to use auto-fire on the, okay, their shields are down. 1 second. Let me pike beam before I get too ahead of myself here. And I kind of feel like, yeah, shields are dangerous because they can help them get out of this mess, but this is really gonna destroy them here. We might as well cloak, I suppose. Why not? I forgot what I was going to say, but I really love... Oh, I remember now. Auto-firing the charge ion after the first attempt seems awesome because... Oh, they actually hit us with, like, something? That's weird. But auto-firing charge ion after the first attempt is awesome because their shields are going to stay down for a long time. So, with their shields staying down for a long time... Oh, we auto-fired too quickly there. With shields staying down for a long time, then we only need to keep hitting it with 1 ion blast on occasion to keep them down forever, basically. So, there's really no risk to us here. Yeah, they had no chance. And we should be able to get a reward from the NG ship as well, unless they've just run away. They did, and that's fine. Oh, there was no NG ship, actually. It was a trap. It's okay. Upgrade cloaking, upgrade mind control, and then take 2 power away from the engines. I'm sorry to do it, but it does mean that it's very clear that reactor power is going to be our next focus. I don't want to go to these stores because I don't have anything to buy right now. I'm good for everything. Could change. Hello, travelers. Your ship seems to be outfitted for combat. Care to take up a bit of mercenary work? Yes. Some of our friends have taken to piracy. We'd like you to convince them of the poor decision by severely damaging their ship. We'll pay you well as long as you don't kill them all. Okay, I can do that. Fantastic. Just be sure to not blow them up, they say nervously as they direct you to a nearby moon. You find the pirate ship docked there. They immediately respond to your appearance with your money or your life. They must be new to this. Okay, well, mind control and hacking, which I should upgrade here, don't actually work through... oh, we don't have hacking either, but mind control doesn't work through super shields. So we should honestly just first things first fire all of our ions as quickly as possible. Not worry too much about anything but the fact that we're getting through that super shield. Should have cloaked. I'm waiting for their beam to be charged. Just give it a second. Give it a second. Beam. Beam. Beam never... Oh, there it goes. So we heal. Or sorry, we cloak now. They actually managed to hit us. Maybe that wasn't the right way to do it, but their shield is down. So mind control on this NG. Real sorry about that, dude. And, yeah, then charge ion should come off auto-fire. Ion blast should stay on auto-fire. And this is gonna be bad for them. So, yeah, this is nice if we just wait until charge ion's ready to go. And this is honestly pretty good if it lands. Oh, they kinda worked. Give it a second. If this ion lands, then that's good enough. No, we need a little bit more. This NG's doing good work for us, though. This is fine. We stand basically no risk. There we go. And then the pike beam just goes like this. And, like, I'm real sorry to all of you. Sorry. That's not what I wanted to do there. Real sorry to all of you NG sympathizers out there. This is what they get for being asshole pirates, though. That's gonna really cause them some problems. Let them live and return to the settlement. Yes, I will. And they gave us a hull smasher laser and 47 scrap. Hull laser does more damage to rooms where there's no systems. That's good. What's its charge time, though? Because I think we're kind of okay with our current system. Not that I would sell it. Costs 2 power, charges in 14 seconds. But it can do a decent amount of damage, but I kind of feel like the pike beam is way, way better in our current situation. Wonder if we can still... Yeah, we can get out of this if we just go quickly. So let's do that. And we may end up in some combat again, but I do want to upgrade reactor power so we get our dodge chance back. We did the Zoltan study. It's like the oldest event in the game, basically. They gave us some extra scrap. Doesn't always work out. That time it did. Hurrah for us. Now, Distress Beacon is an attractive call, I would say. I would love to get that third bar of shields up too, but we maybe got other things to focus on first. This Distress Beacon just had nothing. Unfortunate, I suppose. And it's nice we are going to be able to make the lateral movement necessary to get over to the other side. You get an ion charger here. What is the difference between charge ion and ion charger? It's the same thing. Is it better to have 2 of these? I kind of like our existing setup, to be honest with you. And Mind Control does give us a way to get around their shields. And Charge Ion plus Ion Blast can do it as well if they fire in tandem with one another, which they will from time to time. But it may also be nice to have 8 Ion power. Yeah, you know what? We're going to focus on getting this next bar of Ion, or sorry, this next bar of weapons so that we can have a second Charge Ion in the fray here. Because being able, sorry, I wouldn't do 8 Ion damage, but being able to do 6 Ion damage in one burst, I should say, is probably really, really important. I've never tried it, so it's just like theory crafting right now. But I imagine that if we wait 16 seconds, then we can just take out any enemy shields we want to. Okay, you come across an asteroid mining colony. Greetings, our supplies of mining explosives have run out ever since the rebels blockaded the system. Do you have any extra explosives? I'm going to give them 15, even though they're asking for 5, just to see. They give us 5 points of hull repair, 40 scrap. It wasn't worth it, but what's done is done, right? So now if I depower Ion Blast, I can power Charge Ion. No, I can't because I need more reactor power. And you know what? One more bar would actually allow us to have the Ion Blast working as well, but that might be overkill at this point. But we'll see. I guess the next thing we want is reactor power. I want some more combat. We're a little low on scrap now. Gave us a little bit. Not very much. Fuel's a little scary. Sort of. Missiles a little scary. Sort of. We get anything here? Yeah, we'll explore the asteroid field. It gives us a lot of scrap, actually. And we can get another bar of weapon power. And sure, you know what? I said it would be overkill. Let's do it anyway. This will be fun. Gotta micromanage these ions effectively. But if I do, I think I can make it back here too. It's scary, but if I can micro these ions effectively, no shields or weapons will be able to stand up to us. Okay. They insist they must destroy your ship to prevent the virus from escaping. What did I miss? Have your NG crew member negotiate. We will. Okay, our NG crew member suddenly dissolves into nanites. The virus has murdered again. Detecting activity on board your ship, the NG vessel opens fire. Did they? They did not come onto our ship. Okay. So, mind control. Sorry, shield man. Mind controlling pilot seems good too to like completely ruin their dodge chance. But let's force them to fight one another in the shield room. They have ions and lasers. That's okay. First things first. Ion blast. We're gonna get ready. And you know, with a situation like this, why don't we just fire all of it? We'll wait until everything's charged, and then we'll fire them all simultaneously. So right now, we'll do ion, 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 like so. And I didn't pay attention to them firing. They did shoot down some of our ions. Here, we're gonna cloak up, because I think they took a shot at me. Yep, they missed. So maybe that was a bad idea. It actually looks like it's probably smarter for me to save up 3 ion shots and then fire them all at once. Might be mistaken there, but I don't think so. I'm actually amazed that their shields are staying up. And we might find our shields going down, actually, in a second here. We've been hit with the ion weapon. This could be dangerous. But we haven't taken hull damage in a long time, so that doesn't feel too bad. Okay, now is the moment of truth. 6 ion damage on shields all at once. If we just get 1 pike beam shot, that's the end of them. Yeah, okay, that's really bad for them. And let's just hit these rooms right here and basically completely neuter them. They could still maybe do some damage. Find it pretty unlikely, though. And we could jump, but that's not going to be necessary either. Oh, we actually hit their drone. That'll destroy the part. And they're not going to get their shields back, so we'll just hit exactly the same systems again so their weapons stay offline. And, man, mind control does some good work. They don't even have anything that they're shooting at us right now. Might as well fire our ions in one last time. Why not? Looks like their mind-controlled, or our mind-controlled unit is actually going to be killed in there. Fine by me. Doesn't bother me at all. So, we got 28 scrap, 2 fuel. We got an NG crew member named Virus. To your surprise, your NG crew member reforms. It looks as if the virus reconstituted, repurposed, and reprogrammed the NG host and wants to travel with you. Seems to have learned a great deal from its time on the ship. So he's, like, super powerful now. What were you previously? You must have been in the door room. Seems like a waste, but I'm certainly glad I got him back. Wonderful. Let's get to the exit here. And this is looking all right. I'm feeling like this is pretty okay. Let's go to our ship. Oh, we can't upgrade reactor power yet. That's okay. We'll jump to the next sector. Yeah, this is going to be Sector 6. Typically fairly long FTL episode, as you might expect.